Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine, and today I will be doing a reading, a for whoever reading, using the Haindl Tarot. Now I've just completed a review of the Haindl Tarot, so if you're interested in seeing all of the cards and having me talk a little bit extra about the artist and the author of this tarot deck, I will place a link for that video in the description box below. But today we're just going to do a Celtic Cross reading using the Haindl Tarot. Death. Well, that's super interesting. Let's hold on to that. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and center up here. All right, so we're starting with death. That's super interesting. And then death is our signature card. Happiness is our situation. So let's look at death more as a sense of a transformation. We actually have the rune of Birkenau, and I'm using the Elder Firthark. The deck itself uses a different iteration of the alphabet, more of a Teutonic iteration. But this, if you go with the Norse, is more of a birth or a rebirth card. So thinking about that rune in the context of death, let's talk about rebirth. Well, rebirth can certainly be certainly can lead to a great deal of happiness, both birth and rebirth. So yeah, let's look up the I Ching for this one. Let's check the I Ching. I don't have the I Ching memorized. I gotta look it up. Let's see. Here we are. So this I Ching is Joyous Lake. Success, joining with friends, friendship with family. So bubbles are a little bit like happiness here. The bubble itself is beautiful, but it's very, very fragile. And happiness can be a very transient state. You can have a baseline of contentedness, but happiness happens from that baseline. There's the up points. And so, like a bubble, happiness can pop. But right now, we're happy in this transformation. Let's look for opportunities here. Opportunities. Fortune. 9 of Cups. So if you look closely here, we've got this waterfall falling into a cup. So fortune is next. What's above? What's above? Let's dial out here a little bit so you can see what's above. There we go. So what's above is the moon. Here we have the moon card with all of its dreams and its fantasies. Nightmares represented by the lobster, fantasies represented by the unicorn there. Can you see the unicorn? Below, what's our root? What's our basis? The basis is the star. This is where we're coming from. We are coming from a place of guidance, a place of healing, a place of connection. Notice how we have Mother Earth kind of, her hair's like blending into the water, being from the earth and of the earth. The Haindl Tarot is very, very ecological. So if you happen to be somebody who has a passion for the environment, tarot, the Haindl Tarot can be a very good fit for that in a personality sort of way. So yeah, coming from a basis of connectedness and a basis of higher guidance. So we're in a place where it's time to confront some illusions, be they good or bad. But we're able to do that from a position of transformation and happiness. So this is a transformation that's been sought. You've been looking, you've been following this guiding light. You've been taking the guidance from above, from the divine, from the angels, from the spirits. And you're finding good fortune with this. And it's an emotional fortune. It's not necessarily making $1 bajillion. It's an emotional fortune. I mean, we've got loads of emotion going on. Water, 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 water. Lots of water energy cards, water element cards. Piscean energy here, maybe some Pisces. Maybe some of you have a mentor who's a Pisces, or somebody who's been kind of walking this path with you. Or maybe you are a Pisces. Yeah. So this is a huge emotional blessing going on here. All right. Looking at the past, oh, the Tower. So Mars energy there. Definitely. See, this particular tower, if you look closely, this is change that comes from within. A lot of renditions of the tower have kind of a lightning bolt coming in from the outside. It's like coming in for your tower. This is coming from within. And this very much pairs up with the idea of a joyful transformation here, of facing your fears, facing your illusions, and following the guiding light. The guiding light in here is what has ignited this tower for you. So where's this taking you? Where are we all going with this? The Hermit. Wow, we are getting a lot of major arcana cards today. So this is a big deal. And I would expect nothing less of the Haindl Tarot, because the Haindl Tarot, this particular deck of cards, is a big deal deck. This is not for the faint of heart. And if you watch my review, you'll find out why. So the Hermit, I adore this card. I love the posture of this Hermit. He's all open and extending his arms, sort of in this attitude of both surrender and gratitude. It's beautiful. Just a beautiful card. Him and his owls hanging out there. Either on his frosty peak or in his isolated cave, we can't tell which, but it's fabulous. And so you have this strong sense of individual purpose that has come from all of this transformation. So you can kind of see the star, you see the star inside the tower, you see the star inside the lantern. So this star, this guiding light is showing you the path. You know what your guiding light is. You know where you want to go. And it is moving you forward. And sometimes this is a very individual effort. Sometimes going through your illusions is something you do, and it's solitary. But that's okay. It's okay to be solitary sometimes. Sometimes you need to be part of a community. Sometimes you need to do the work on your own. And this Hermit is definitely doing the work right there. All right, so let us look at the staff here. All right, 7 of Cups in reverse, illusions of success. Well, now if we're taking this in the reverse, then we're looking at something a little more focused. So when you look at this particular card and you're looking at it right side up, you've got 6 cups going in one direction, and then your 7th cup is going in the opposite. Not everything is lining up the way it should. So when you invert it, then you have a lot of focus. Let's look at the I Ching on this one. Very curious about what the inverted I Ching is for the 7 of Cups. So let us examine that. Seven of Cups. Difficulty at the beginning. I Ching 3. I Ching 3. Where's my I Ching book? Oh, come here. I'm going to use the I Ching here. This is by Sam Reifler. It is unfortunately an out-of-print book, but it can be found on used book retailers. Let's see, number 3. 1, 2, 3. just grab some information. A plant struggling out of the earth, the beginning of the world, the tumultuous meeting of the heavenly power of thunder and the earthly power of the depths. The danger of heaven and the danger of earth, and you're amidst the confusion. If you see the situation as confused, then you're resisting your own Tao. If you see it as full of potential, challenging, exciting, like our friendly Nine of Cups here, then you're moving naturally in your Tao. Well, I'm thinking from the rest of this reading that this is very much moving naturally in your Tao. Yes, there has been a significant upset. This star has taken you probably in directions you never thought you'd ever go. And you're kind of having to go on your own a little bit. But that is okay because you are moving in the direction of your Tao, your own personal destiny. You own your own Dharma. All right. What's in your environment? Odin, the Father of Cups in the North in reverse. So actually, in this perspective, because we have Odin hanging from the world tree, he is kind of like our Hanged Man, which is also Odin in this deck. He is pointing the way to knowledge. And in this perspective, it's up. The environment is saying, yes, keep going. And we've got the runes here. We've got Tiraz, Othalo, Rido, not Algiz, Ansus, and Tyr again. T-F-R-O-T. T-A-R-O-T. There we go. I just noticed that. It says tarot. You're in the right place. You're in the tarot. Hopes and fears. Let's look at that. Justice inverted. Okay. There is a certain fear of being treated unjustly. And that may or may not be justified. It could be a little bit of paranoia. But here's the thing with the hopes and fears position. Justice inverted here. Everything falling apart. It's just a hope or a fear. It does not actually have to be realized. This is your imagination right here. This idea and this idea goes together because here we have the moon, which is confronting your illusions. And this could be just an illusion. Your fear of being treated unjustly for following your own path. You know, some people might care and some people might not give a hoot, honestly. But the people who would support you in your Tao, in your you-ness, in what you really are, those are the people that you need to have in your circle. Those are the people you need to be in your friends, in your chosen family. That's where you need to look for support. Don't look to the outside world for justification, especially when you're following your own guiding light. You won't find it there, and you're not supposed to find it there. The whole world will not always approve of everything you do. All right, final card, the Empress. Oh my gosh, this card, so much happening in this card. We've got the Empress. Venus rising from the deep. Let's see if we can zoom out just a little further. There we go. Now you can even see my computer. So yeah, Empress. The Empress right up here. So as an outcome, this is obviously very fortuitous because this is talking about you operating in your feminine power. I could be talking to a man or a woman. Each of us has a masculine or yang power, and each of us has a feminine or yin powers. Let's come over here. There we are. I'm back. So talking about the Empress, yes, this is the utmost yin right here, and not in the sense of being just passive. It's the sense of being receptive. It's the sense of bringing in the energy and using it in a creative and nurturing sense. So there is a flow, there is an exchange. A lot of people get a little bit down on the yin side of things because, oh, it's just not doing anything. It's waiting, it's holding, it's cold, it's dark, it's scary. No, well, yeah, when you're talking about the moon and its yin energy. It is cold and dark and scary in the moon, but we're not staying in the moon. We're dealing with the moon, and we're moving on to the Empress. Lots of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana cards in an 11 card spread. I mean, this is big stuff here. This is a lot going on. So this transformation, going back to the beginning, this transformation from death to rebirth, because death, to quote a popular movie from the 90s, death is only the beginning. So this could be the ego death that you have needed, the ego death that happened right here, in order to transform and become something bigger, better, brighter, newer, fresher, to get out of that stagnation, to get out of that rut. And there's happiness. This is a position of happiness. This is a good thing. This transformation is a good thing. And it's a good thing because it is based in the guiding light, in your sense of purpose, your Tao. This is talking about you following your guiding light. And yeah, there's some hermit, but this is a happy hermit. I mean, this hermit, this is the happiest hermit I've ever seen. Most hermits, you know, they're contemplative. But this guy, we've got some gratitude, we've got some joy going on there. Woo! I love this hermit. And the outcome's the Empress. My goodness. So all of this effort will amount to this supreme knowledge of spirituality and intimacy with yourself. Like being able to love yourself. And that sounds really simple, almost too simple, but you need to be able to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else? Thank you, RuPaul. But it's true. And there's a sense, there's a star in here too. If you look super, super closely, let's switch cameras again. You go super, super close, right in the center of what looks kind of like an eye. It's a series of concentric circles. There's a star. Following your star, your root, the thing that's got you shaken up, following that is going to be your ultimate glory. It's going to give you mastery. It's going to connect you with divine. This is divine connection, because divine connection is something that happens within us. Think of the life of Aleister Crowley. I did speak about Crowley a little bit, because this is a Crowley-based deck. Not that he was Haindl himself was more interested in the idea that that spiritualism should be more of a Mother Earth ecological, not an occultist. So Haindl was not an occultist. Crowley certainly was. But Crowley was always looking outside, looking for the evidence of things outside, when the most significant and powerful changes are happening within, because we are bigger on the inside than we are on the outside. We're all bigger on the inside. It's a very inverted concept. The farther you go into the onion, the bigger it gets. So what else? Yeah, following your star. I mean, it seems so straightforward. Don't worry about this. No, not everybody's going to understand you. It won't happen. I mean, it just won't. Because everybody's a little bit different. And the people who need to understand you, those are the ones who will understand you. you don't have to be universally accepted to be following your own path. Sometimes following your own path is very, 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 very individualistic. You can still be part of a greater society while you're following your path, your Tao. Father of Cups in the North. Now this could be you, or this could be somebody who's a mentor to you, because in this environment position, this Father of Cups. Now, often Father of Cups, if you take the King of Cups, Father of Cups, and you invert it, you get somebody who can be very manipulative, or somebody who can be cold and cruel. Not King of Swords level of cut you down, but this can be a snippy person. But I'm just looking at Odin here. And just the way he's, at this point, he's pointing up. And he's pointing up to, in this case, this is the wisdom of the tarot. But I think there's somebody, perhaps a distant relative, perhaps an ancestor, somebody you haven't talked to, but somebody who's giving you some clues, who's pointed the way to you. And maybe they're just very, like I said, maybe it is an ancestor who's passed on, and you know their spirit is urging you on, but you don't have a direct experience of their presence in this life at this point. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels, they're encouraging you to keep following your word. Tarot is a little bit of my word, but whatever your word is, whatever your Tao is, that's what this person is encouraging you to do. And maybe in a weird way, I'm that person for you today. This could be me, and this is you in your transformation. We're all transforming, and that's a beautiful thing. That's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to stagnate. And that's why when we go back to the yin energy, it doesn't mean stagnation in the Empress. It means taking the energy and creating beauty, creating love, creating joy, caring, moving forward. Yeah, she's got strength, she's got spirit, she's following the star. Okay. Well, I hope this helped you. I found it extremely interesting. I don't usually read for other people with the Haindl Tarot. I usually read for myself because it is a very contemplative deck. But I certainly enjoyed getting to read for you today. This was enlightening, and I hope you got something out of it just like I did. All right. Keep moving forward. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.